And sport. Oh, and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Once again, we didn't manage to get through the duct tape, but we are here with the lower bracket finals. Predictions in the chat are open for the next couple of minutes, so place your bets on who you think will make it to the grand finals. Will it be our Terran or our Protoss? Up to you to decide. As spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran representing Team Hyper 1 from the land of Japan. It is HonMonO. Here we go, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Chinese Protoss player, the Chinese Protoss, the blue Protoss for the first time. Oh, for one of the first times on this channel. I believe we casted them during the qualifiers of ESL Masters Winter Americas. It is XingMing. And once again, HonMonO going to be going for the eBay block here across the map. It has been something that he's been using to great effect. This time, though, XingMing is going to be able to scout this and work on this SCV from the beginning. So XingMing is a little bit more wary. Yeah, he pulls extra boys, and he does not want to. He doesn't want to take the unnatural natural. He doesn't want to be done dirty. We throw down another eBay. Oh my god. We throw down a second eBay here for HonMonO as well. The SCV is going to be going down, but this is a massive delay here for the expansion. A big investment as well from HonMonO. As we should cancel. We should... Up. Oof. There we go. We do end up canceling one of those eBays. Meanwhile, across the map, we do have a factory on the way, so HonMonO going to be delaying his expansion. Looking to go for potentially another reactor into add-on swap. Yeah, there we go. Reactor is on the way. HonMonO looking to get into those Cyclones and Hellions potentially once again. Oh, Dave, he's telling us what happened with the cannon rush. He's letting us know, Pap. He's letting us know. This time we are not committing here to one base play. We do have a CC on the way on the high ground. Thankfully, CC before starport. So this should be either Cyclones or Hellions from HonMonO. Once again, he does have plenty of gas for those Cyclones. And he's going for it. This is the exact same build that HonMonO did execute against Trigger on this map on Hecate in Game 2. So he's doing it once again. At least it looks to be the case. Meanwhile, XingMing just trying to get a bit of scout up, trying to get a read on what exactly is happening. As we do have our Stargate opener, Phoenixes are on the way. I wonder if XingMing was watching that series. I wonder if he's familiar with what HonMonO has been doing and how he played that out, because once again, Cyclones and Hellions are on the way. We're throwing down two more. Oh my god. Going to be throwing down two more Raxes behind this. Getting into a 3-1 setup. Now, thankfully for XingMing, because he wasn't forced to expand elsewhere, he can throw down a shield battery, and he has one pivotal area here, one point where he does have to defend and hold on to secure his bases to keep his mineral line safe and sound. Meanwhile, I believe the goal for HonMonO is to bypass the shield battery and just run past into a mineral line. It's going to be difficult to pull off. We'll see if he can. We'll see if he can. So we're going to be just poking away at those Phoenixes. More Hellions rallying across the map. We have 4 of them for now. Again, 4 Hellions do one-shot probes. So I imagine we're just going to try to race on past them. What do we pick up? Oh, there we go. 1 Hellion is going to be going down. The second Hellion as well. And that is going to be enough to defend. 3rd Hellion will fall, and HonMonO, he barely has any DPS remaining. Losing every single Hellion, and the Cyclones don't gain any ground. The overcharge too good. And this is why this build is a little bit lackluster if you don't force your opponent to overextend and to be spread thin. Cyclone will fall. And that was honestly a beautiful defense. That was really well done here out of XingMing. Just completely cleaned everything up. Now we have map control. Now the Phoenixes are going to be looking to get some economic damage done. The SCVs are looking quite vulnerable. We're just camping the production. HonMonO going to be working towards his sim timing after this. As here we go, we have our move out on the way. This is a little bit earlier than last time. Stim is only halfway done, but we're pulling the boys. The boys are being pulled. XingMing going to be taking a he's being too greedy. He's going for a third base, a Twilight Council, and a Robo. He only has one gate. No shot. Only a single gateway. XingMing barely has any army. This is his army. 2 Adepts and Phoenixes. Not like this. Here we go, we're pushing on through. Now we don't have that much anti-air, only a couple of Marines. But enough to focus down at these Phoenixes. The repair is too good, the tanks will not go down. Again, we only have a single gateway. XingMing just can't produce anything. Bunkers are on the way, Stim about to finish in a couple of seconds. Robo is depowered. The greed is just too real. Tanks pushing on forward here. The Robo is going to be focused down. GG gets called, and HonMonO will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. HonMonO will take the first game, and that was XingMing's game to lose, right? Like, he had completely shut down the Hellions and the Cyclones. It was a very impressive defense, but it looks like XingMing, he may not be familiar with HonMonO himself, because HonMonO, he's a very aggressive player, and to throw down the third base, as well as a bay, as well as just delaying your production for as long as possible, working towards extend thermal lands and Colossus production off of one gateway, one warp gate. Crazy. Cutting too many corners was punished as a result, and GG. GG, well played. That is game 1 in the books. And now we're getting to game number 2, potentially the final game of this series, or will we see a more back and forth? Will we get an ace match? Here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Hard Lead, we have the South Korean Terran living in the land of Japan, representing Team Hyper 1. It is HonMonO. The most honorable of honorables. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Chinese Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Team JSL. It is XingMing. Here we go. Gaga, papi, ga. But yeah, that was just a wild game there out of our blue Protoss, and hopefully we can have a more reserved follow-up here, especially after the early game, because that wasn't bad play out of our blue Protoss. Like, they did well for themselves, especially shutting down the opener of HonMonO. Just a little bit too spicy afterwards. As we do have a probe scout coming in. And this time, everything is back at home for HonMonO. There is no eBay block, no proxy, none of the sort. And HonMonO is going for an economic opener. He's going for a Rax Expand. Let's go. It is going to be delayed. Oh, going to be delayed for a couple of seconds here. Yeah, forcing the CC off location, or uncentered, I should say. So an off-center CC. It's like we can lift. You know, we can lift. We can relocate it. It's all good. We can reposition. But a nice little disturbance here in the early game from XingMing. And from here, our Protoss, we can just get into our expansion back at home. Get a gate expand into a Cybercore. Or sorry, gate Cybercore expand even. We are just settling on into this. Now again, HonMonO, he doesn't have to be aggressive, he doesn't have to all in. He likes it, don't get me wrong, he likes the 2-base all in, but he's got plenty more up his sleeve. As we do have a Stargate opener out of our Protoss. For a second time. No Blink, no Twilight Council this time, just a Stargate. Should be into Phoenixes. Again, Phoenixes, there's a reason why they're so common and so popular. In this matchup, they grant you map control, they shut down drop play, they shut down early pushes, as we saw in Game 1, and they allow you to take up a little bit further into something like Colossus. Now, you still need, you know, a ground presence as well. You can't be hyper greedy like we saw in the previous game. But overall, this is a relatively safe opener. As behind this, we're getting into our 1-1-1. No Widow Mines. Cyclone is on the way just for safety. And I'm curious what kind of add-ons we work towards it. It's going to be a tech lab here, so looking to be even a Raven opener out of HonMonO. He could try to spice things up with the Banshee first. There is potential with a Banshee opener to get economic damage done. Only a singular Banshee, and then you get into Ravens. I wonder if that's going to be the case here for HonMonO. No, he goes for an add-on swap, actually. Okay. There we go, getting into earlier tank production instead. Oh, and even setting up for a drop. HonMonO, you have my attention. Meanwhile, XingMing, he's being a little bit safer. We have a Robo and a second gateway as well, so we can at least warp in 2 units at a time before going for a third base. I do appreciate it. Our Blue Protoss has been humbled a little bit after Game 1. As the Phoenixes are being forced back. And here comes that push. Again, a very early push here from HonMonO. Moving out with that tank. The Phoenixes are racing back home. And what do we have at home to defend? This time we do have additional gateway units. We have 5 Adepts. We have an Immortal that's being chronoed out and will arrive in time. We have a shield battery with an overcharge as well. XingMing, he is ready for this. He did delay his third base in favor of units. Safety Immortal arrives just in time. The boys, they have it. The boys have been pulled once again, because of course they have. HonMonO just going completely all in. SCVs are going down, but we lose a Phoenix. Phoenix will fall. And getting within range of a pylon at least. Do have to be careful. Bay's about to finish up, but Colossus soon to be in production. We didn't get a second Immortal. I'm not too sure if I like that. We delay the Immortal in favor of a Colossus. It's going to take so long to produce, though. Here we go, HonMonO. He's laying siege up on this wall. Shield battery goes down. Gateway as well. Now that Colossus is halfway out. The pylons are under threat. We're just salvaging the bunkers. We're slowly leapfrogging forward. Up. We get another SCV. Colossus does arrive, but it may just be too late because the bunkers are about to finish up. Yeah, we're just edging ever closer towards this Robo. Can we get a second Colossus? That would be crazy. Yeah, the Cyclones, they're getting a little bit adventurous. Phoenixes, they try to come in from behind. They try to catch some reinforcements, but alas, they do miss them. Tanks are getting ever closer. We're getting on top of the Robo. Shield battery is going to keep it alive a little bit longer. Can we get the second Colossus? Phoenixes, they do come across some Marines. Overcharge is popped, and the second Colossus is going to arrive. And is this enough? I think maybe we can break free. It's going to be close. 7 probes go down. Phoenixes, it looks like they may even catch another tank. Now they go for SCVs instead. Oh, the Nexus itself is going to go down. Not even the Robo. But The base Cyclone's taking some hits. Yeah, the Robo falls the natural. XingMing, he's forced into his own main. He has been throwing down gateways, so he has quite a lot of gates to work with, but Jesus, look at this setup. So many bunkers, liberators, and tanks. Now the question becomes, from here, does HonMonO just chill back at home, or does he try to force his way up the ramp? Pushing up the ramp is going to be a tough task. It's going to be a difficult task here for HonMonO. He doesn't have much at home to defend. Yeah, more SCVs are going down. HonMonO, technically, he does have a worse economy. XingMing, oh, he's getting supply blocked. I'm worried that HonMonO doesn't have enough urgency here to really break through. He scans ahead of time, he sees the army. Extended Thermal Lance is done. Here we go, the tanks are pushing forward. Oh my god, they do see that there's so many tanks! There's 6 tanks! Oh my god, we just can't engage! The Protoss cannot engage with his army. We're just being bullied further and further back into the main base. The Robo's exposed. And turrets are on the way. Phoenix as they come back home. 11 SCVs went down across the map. And they're going to be able to almost barely take down a medevac. They will get it down. A Liberator as well. Pretty good. Pretty good amount of damage. Yeah, the Marines, the SimCity working against the Marines here. Another tank goes down as well. Good pickoffs. HonMonO, he may be bleeding out too much. Liberator falling as well. You can see the Marines, they're not in position. Like, the tanks are just making it so awkward here for the Marines to engage. You know, back at home we have Thor's on the way. And we're going in! Massive lifts here on these tanks. The Marines, they do sim and they focus down almost every single one of these Phoenixes. Massive tank volley is going to be going off and the Colossi are going down. There's only one left. GG gets called. It's not going to be enough. HonMonO will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Oh, that was... GG, well played. That was stressful, Poppy. That was stressful. I was very uncertain if HonMonO could actually break into the main. It was clear at a certain point that XingMing could not push out and couldn't really engage with the tank line, but it was doing very well with his Phoenixes. He was crippling the economy of the Terran. He was picking off tanks, medevacs, and Liberators as well. Really good use of the Phoenixes, but you could definitely argue that it was a little bit too little too late. It took a long time for those Phoenixes to actually get value and actually, you know, kill units, and by the time they did, HonMonO, he was already pushing into the natural and eventually pushing into the main and forcing a fight. GG. With that, HonMonO advances on, and we have our grand finals up next. It is going to be a rematch between HonMonO and Trigger.